What is up, blockchain gang? This is Danarchy, and today we're going to cover everything you need to know about your job as a healer in Nightcrows while running Party Dungeon 2. My guild is great, but we're not always on the same time zones, so it's hard to get into it with them at times. Therefore, I've come up with a winning strategy for random pickup groups if you're in a similar situation. Most of my guild is doing PD3 anyway, so they don't really need my help as a healer until I'm strong enough to join them. The first thing we should cover is your ability setup. I run Holy Lightning and Primal Flash, additional damage, and cooldown reduction from the Holy Grail of Benediction for increased damage while grinding. But when I need to step up and save randoms from the icy clutches of death, I will channel my power into Recovery to make it a team-wide heal. Heal to increase the regen, and Divine Authority to stack heals on heals. I would avoid any parties with 3 or more healers and tanks, including you, as it will be hard for the carries to overcompensate for your lack of party damage. You can often tell if your team has enough damage within the first few minutes of combat, and you can vote to quit early without losing your weekly admission tickets. This is important because if you waste your entire mana pool healing for 10 minutes, you will have to wait a long time to regen it back before you run another dungeon. And if you complete the dungeon successfully, your mana will be replenished when you exit. At the start of the raid, make sure to apply your buffs to the entire team. Apply your buff potions for healing and cooldown reduction, as well as toggling your rejuvenation spell if it's available, which will reduce your damage output by 20%, but it will increase your healing amount by 20% as well. It is important to circle around the boss at first and allow the damage dealers to take aggro. Aggro is short for aggressive, which means it's who the boss is actively targeting and attacking. The character doing the highest damage per second will have the boss aggro, and everyone else should stand behind the boss to avoid the majority of his attacks. Many times your team will go AFK and expect you to work miracles, so don't be surprised if you have to teleport one of these brain dead bots to your position, because you will struggle to heal the boss's damage if 2 or more people are standing in front of him. This can become increasingly difficult when 2 players on the team have similar damage and the aggro is bouncing back and forth between them. Once the boss gets down to 6 health bars, he will go berserk and have a wider cone of attack and add a few additional AoE attacks, making your team's positioning even more important. Also, make sure to increase your potions to activate as soon as possible. If you keep them low to conserve gold while you're farming, as you should. Once the boss is defeated, click the screen as quickly as you can and spam the G key to loot as much as possible. If they are AFK, it serves them right, and if you let one of them die because they're too weak and almost wasted everyone's time, I won't be mad at you. Those are all the tips I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so we can do this again sometime.